What the
Are we back?
fuck? Okay. Wait, let me see my watch real quick. Okay.
Check the dimension. Check the time. Are we back?
We seem to be back. It's been a few months.
How long is it? It's been It's August. It's been 5 months.
It's been 5 months.
Honestly, that's not as bad as I was expecting it to be.
I know, right?
We spent at least a year relative to us inside of the time vortex.
I know, right? Plus, we just took a summer break.
Exactly.
Momscast summer break.
So are we pretty sure that the timeline disruption was caused by me actually pulling and not Chris Chan getting out of prison? Although we were correct on that one.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
There was an alpha level psychic storm going on at the same time that you pulled the wrong lever, so I couldn't tell.
Well, I guess all that's left to do is just pick up where we left off.
Well, for those who don't know us, I'm Victor.
I'm Brandon, and you're listening to Mom Said It's My Turn on the podcast. We're back.
We're back
again
for the third time.
I mean, second if you don't count Proto Momscast.
That's true.
Proto Momscast is legitimate lost media because I'm never sending those tapes out.
No, yeah, I agree. So 2.5. Let's call it 2.5.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we took little breaks here and there last year, but we're back.
We're back, and we're going to be rolling out some serious content this next few weeks.
Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. But
You know what? I think we got to start up this episode with a disclaimer. Probably this and the next few episodes, by the time we release them, might be super dated.
I don't think they'll be that dated, honestly. I don't think they'll be that bad.
Well,
maybe just we'll talk about something that's trendy, and by the time we get to the release date, it's not a trendy topic anymore.
Yeah, these episodes are going on the backlog. We're gearing up to do an August release, as you can tell by listening to this on August.
Yep. Yeah, for context, it is June right now. It is early June. So
what's been going on with you?
I had a shitty summer class that I was clawing my way through, fingernails scraping the wax off of the floors, dragging that type of dragging. So I want to talk about my shitty little summer class for a little bit.
Go ahead.
So for context, I go to Colorado State University. It's a pretty expensive school because I don't know if you missed the news. College is expensive now. And so I'm from Pennsylvania. I get a pretty nice scholarship to go to Colorado State University. Except that scholarship doesn't apply during the summer. And so I paid less than $10,000 for my spring and fall semesters combined.
Nice.
This summer, I'm taking 3 classes. One is a 4-week online class. 2 is a 2-week the second one is a 2-week in-person class, but it's up in the mountain campus. And they saw me doing that, and they started frothing and foaming at the mouth. They were like, we're going to charge this bastard so much money. And then the third is it's a 6-week online class. Do you want to take a guess at how much money I'm paying for this summer, Victor?
$15,000.
Close. It's $10,000 for summer classes. So I need the podcast to start bringing in a little bit of dough. I need us to start making a little bit of cheddar on this.
I need cheddar too, bro.
Yeah, you need cheddar so you can get a green card. That was a bit.
Only have a bit. You can use cheddar to get a green card, right?
What?
That's an actual thing. Just buy a green card.
Real? Isn't it $1 million?
Yep.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if it's $1 million or 100,000, but it's up there.
Well, I mean, we get you a little bit of money. We fly you up to California, get you a little shack up in California. Do a little. At that point, would it even be? I mean, technically, it is a green card. Like, it's just a normal wedding at that point. It's not a green card wedding.
It's always gonna be a green card wedding if I want to live in the U.S. Like,
it's always a green card wedding in the eyes of the U.S. government.
Exactly.
But like, podcast brings in a little cheddar. Victor gets his green card. I pay off my shitty summer classes. Think about it. Share the podcast. Help us out. We
finally get the Momscast office. Like we've been saying that we're gonna be doing for like about almost a year now. Holy shit!
But anyways, so there's 4-week summer class I took. I was supposed to take it between my sophomore and junior years of college. I'm going into my senior year of college now, and what it is it's an intro to natural resource management and like integration. So it's so this class was like, we're going to focus on like the 5 disciplines. So it's like human dimensions to natural resources, rangeland, which is grasses, fish and wildlife, forestry, which is what I'm studying. I'm getting a forestry degree so I can go fucking fight crackheads in the woods.
Dude, I want to go fight. I want to ride a bear, bro. That's what I want to do.
And watersheds, which is just water in the environment and how water does stuff. And when I tell you this class was an absolute joke, I cannot stress this enough. I am so irrationally upset at Colorado State University. I can't even blame Joyce anymore. Dude, Joyce has been gone for a year.
I miss you, Joyce.
Joyce has been gone for a year. Joyce is at her lake house. I know, we miss you, Joyce. So
Joyce,
who is it?
Miss you.
Who is it? It's
Amy.
It's Amy's fault now. Amy.
No.
Why would you do this?
But like Amy gets a pass. I'm not gonna say why she gets a pass. But Amy gets a pass.
I'll say why Amy's kind of bad. I'll say why. Anyways, no, I do think that we should set up a shell company. Like, because I have another fall at CSU to do. I have 2 more falls. So, like, assuming we have enough cheddar, we set up a shell company that looks like a legitimate news source. And we set up an interview with Amy. And we just, we Eric Andre the shit out of it.
I want to do that, but I still want to do Joyce.
I know, it'd be really funny. What is Joyce up to these days?
I think Joyce has the ego to be like, I am such an important person that people want to interview me.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I'll be like, we want to speak to the first female president of Colorado State University. And she'll bite like the SpongeBob Hooks episode. But so let me get back to my summer class because I want everybody to understand how much I've been bashing my head into the wall. There's a little red spot where like my brains and blood have been kind of pooling up as I bash my head into the wall every day. So the wildlife portion of this. Do you want to know what they were doing for exams?
They were petting fish.
No, it's an online class. So what they were doing was they would show me a picture of a moose, and on a multiple choice quiz, go, what is this?
Student athlete ass class.
Yeah, I know, seriously, this is a fucking football player class. They would show me a picture of a moose, go, what is this? They would show me there were some birds on it, but like, there wasn't anything like difficult. So they'd show me an owl, and they'd be like, what is this?
A, an owl. B, a moose. C, a cat.
There was a bunch of grass and tree identification, and guess who already took a whole semester-long class on tree identification? Me!
Why were you clawing for like only this approach? You should be
It was so much busy. Dude, I had 4 assignments due every single day, including the weekends. And it was all just Excel assignments. It was basic math in Excel. And I had 4 assignments every single day. And then I had a group project. And with this group project, what happened with the group project was no one in my group was doing anything. And it was the night before it was due. So I sent a message to the group chat.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, hey, does anybody want to, like, let's get this work done. So I put my phone number in the group chat. And 30 seconds later, I get a call, and I answer it, because I'm not noticing the number, and I go, oh, it's probably somebody from my group. And I answer, and I go, hello, who is this? And they go, hi, Brandon, how are you? And I'm like, dude, don't talk to me like that. Like, don't talk to me like that. I don't know you like that. And This dude was like, yeah, I'll see you in a couple weeks. I was like, please don't talk to me like that. Please, ever. Do not speak to me like that. So I have not been having a good time. Amy, if you're listening, this is somehow your fault.
Person? Who the fuck was, what the fuck was going on?
I don't know, man. It was scary. It was scary. Amy, if you're listening, this is somehow your fault. But yeah, so that's been my experience. My life has been wake up, go to work, get back, do 3 to 4 hours of schoolwork a day, go to sleep.
I spent 3 days in a cult.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Victor went to Costa Rica for three whole days.
Yeah, I went to this thing, and it was like commune, so I was iffy at first, but it ended up being a cult, but not like a malicious cult. It's
not like a Heaven's Door cult.
Not like a Heaven's Door cult. More like imagine like rehab, but like Christian rehab.
Like born again Christians, or
it kind of like it's mostly for people that don't know what they're doing in life and drug addicts. So it's a very funny dichotomy because you have all kinds of drug addicts there. There was this guy that said, "See, I was never a bad drug addict. I only did rich boy drugs, even though I was not rich. I only did ecstasy, pot." And cocaine, you know, I never injected anything. But I mean,
yeah, you know, us at Momscast, like we only do like rich people drugs, you know, like that's what we don't tell you. We don't tell you like on the low at the Momscast functions, you know, like Momscast functions. You know, we have to preserve the ratio. It's 20 girls to every guy, and me and Victor are the only guys there. Logan can sometimes pull up because he does have the 20 girls to get in. But like, you know, we keep the ratio of these Momscast functions like really tight. Somebody pulls up, some dumbass pulls up, like John pulls up, he has 19 girls. We say, we'll keep the girls, you get the fuck out.
That's the sad part is that I'm gonna say this time last year, all the Momscast boys were single except for me. Now all the Momscast boys are dating. It's sad. It's terrible.
Are you when you say all the Momscast boys, are you just referring to you and me?
I'm also referring to the Momscast extended cast of Adam and Logan. Except that Adam was also dating, so it was like a 50-50 ratio.
I don't think Logan's dating anybody right now.
Isn't he?
Logan and I keep in touch. Logan is my gym buddy, and every time it's like a different girl. Every time I talk to him, I'm like, "So how's it going, man?" He's like, "This girl I'm seeing, this girl I'm fucking with," and I'm always like, it's like a different person. Like every week, I'm like, damn, I was
so sure Logan was seeing someone, but I just guess he's like constantly seeing someone, but it's just not the same someone.
I think he was at some point during the spring, but like that's not our business to talk about. You know,
it's not.
But you know, we were keeping it like tight at these Momscast functions. You know, we only did like rich people drugs. Like we would abuse Victor's Adderall prescription.
Yeah.
Or we would ask other people to buy us weed. Or we would.
We did not. This is a joke.
We did not.
It's a
the
joke.
The Momscast functions were us sitting in my room, for fucking hours. These were the Momscast. Dude, can you imagine if you showed up, like, if you're like in a friend group and you like tried to show up to a frat party, like if like imagine. So okay, so it's like I'm trying to think of it like a group, but it's like imagine you're like the only dude in a friend group, and it's like a pretty tight friend group. And it's like you and like 4 other girls, and you guys show up to a frat party, like, and you're not allowed in because you're a guy. Obviously, they're not gonna let you in. But like, do you think the girls turn around and go, "Okay, we won't show up either," or do you think they still go in?
What happens is, you're not even invited.
Yes, but the girls know where the party is,
and they go, and you just don't go and go do something else.
This is the context for this is that Victor had his own personal 9/11 pretty much every single weekend while he was at CSU.
Yeah,
because
not really. It was only like first semester freshman year.
Oh yeah, no, that was rough. I remember you would come over, you'd be like, "Natalie's at a frat party," and I'd be like, "Damn, dude."
Luckily,
The good thing is, like, CSU frat culture, like, no one likes the frats.
Yeah, no one likes the frats.
No one likes the frats.
Yeah.
No girl ever stays at the frat party.
Yeah. It's the funniest part.
Dude, seriously.
Every single
they go
weekend,
for free beer.
Every single weekend, they
it.
have a bad time, but they go again the next weekend.
Yeah, because free beer.
And you know what I
noticed?
noticed?
The best beer is free beer.
You know what I noticed that's even funnier? They stopped telling the girls, like, if you don't commit to being like a what do you call it? A frat sweetheart or something like that. You know, the girls that are not in the.
I don't fucking know.
It's this term for a girl that's not in the frat, but she's like you know, with a guy on the frat or something like that.
I have no idea.
If by the time you are entering into your junior year or like second semester sophomore, you were not a like a frat like sweetheart or something like that, they stop like letting you in.
Damn. Like, dude, like no one likes because I talked to I started a job at unemployment arc over, not that this isn't a job, I stay hustling on this. We stay hustling. And like I was talking to one of the girls there who's like going into her last semester at CSU, and we were talking about frat stuff. And I was like, obviously I've never been to a frat party. Cause like that too, and she was legitimately like, and this is like the fourth or fifth person I've had tell me this. She goes, "You're not missing anything. The people show up for free beer. No one has a good time. No one stays overnight at the frat house, and everybody leaves at the end of the night." I'm like, damn.
Like the I think Momscast functions were a little bit fun. We're better than frat parties.
Unironically, yes. Like the Momscast pregame, legitimately.
The alleged
Momscast pregames, legendary events.
Alleged Momscast pregame.
No, by the time this episode comes out. Yeah, by the time this episode comes out, yeah. The Momscast pregame, legendary events. Except for the second one, somebody got too drunk and we had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
That was kind of a mood killer. We don't really hang out with that person anymore. Just not a good time. Logan and I.
The sad part was that was like the first time Addie joined the Momscast extended cast.
Oh yeah,
she ended up driving the person to the hospital.
Dude, and I are making preparations. See, you know how last year every home game started at like 1 or 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we had to start at like 10:30,
which is absolutely normal. Like,
oh no, yeah, 100%.
I love
college.
day
Yes. Every game starts at 5. Every home game starts at 5 o'clock, and I got the okay to use somebody's apartment to host.
Holy shit!
It's about to be legendary.
Well, you gotta fly me out every weekend now.
I know. I want to get you in. If you can come in for one of these, dude, like that would be.
Dude, we'll host.
That would be incredible.
We gotta record. Yeah, we gotta record like a Project X style video of that, and that'll go so hard.
And I are like assembling the roster, and the roster is looking incredible.
Remember the life hack: get a shitty $5 disposable camera.
I know, that's what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I'm picking one up, yeah. But dude, and I are assembling the roster. It's going to be legendary. I'm sure I'll talk about this on future episodes. But like we're assembling the roster in our mind, and we're starting to do like the mental math on it and the mental.
This was an open spot for me.
Yeah, we got an apartment that we can use to host in. Got an apartment we can use to host in.
That's so
we're gonna decorate the shit out of it, set up a little picture spot for people. Dude, it's about to be crazy.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Unironically, Victor and I were good at like organizing small hangouts.
Yeah, like small to medium hangouts. Like we never did anything big, but we had like at one point like
the only big thing we did was that one Momscast pregame.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah. We did like we had like 10, 15 people over at a time sometimes.
I think we had 15 people over.
I think yeah.
But yeah, okay, so we're back. Yeah, but like Victor and I would have like 10 to 15 people over. It'd be a good time. You know, biggest thing we ever did was like 12-ish people. It was a good time.
I generally like hosting like smallish parties.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
It's such a fun time.
Last semester, I don't think I talked about this because I think this happened after we took our break. Last semester, I get invited over to a party at Alyssa and Amelia's place, and I go. yeah, sure, why not? Fuck it, I got nothing better to do. So I walk my ass over there. No one could give me a ride. I walk my ass over there.
What?
Yeah, I did. And Amelia is pretty fucking has this uncanny ability of knowing exactly when I'm at the best spot, meaning if I take this, I'm going to be in, like, fighting for my life. I'm going to be rolling my con saves with disadvantage to offer me a shot. It's an uncanny ability that she has. It's every single time I go over there. But anyways, we start noticing a lot more people funneling into this party
you
than
told me
should be possible.
You told me about this.
Did we talk about this on the podcast?
I don't think it was the podcast, but you told me about this, I think.
Okay, well, even if it wasn't if it was on the podcast before, suck it up, listen to my story again. I don't think it was, though, because I feel like we've tried to avoid this topic pretty heavily until I turned 21.
I think you mentioned it, like, outside to me.
Probably. So anyways, we start noticing way more people funneling into this party than should be, considering, like, these people, while they have friends, are not, like, popular social butterfly people.
We are the party friends of these people.
Yeah, just to give an idea of how much these people do stuff, Victor and I are their party friends. Which, you know,
to be honest,
I'll take that compliment.
Which, to be honest, every time we, as, like, Victor and Brandon hang out with them, it's a party setting.
Oh, exactly.
So like,
and we're good energy people. You and I combined, good energy people.
Yeah, because it's really funny because just Brandon is like an early stage drunk, and I'm a late stage drunk.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it balances out.
Well, I mean, I passed out there, and you puked in their bathroom. So, you know, it evens out.
It's hilarious.
It evens out.
It was hilarious.
And then, so Victor and I, solid combo together. So, you know, I'll take that party friend compliment. But anyways, so way more people show up. Dude, do you remember from the dorms, sophomore year?
Yep. He showed up.
Dude, he was there. He walked in. I was like, what are you doing here? He's like, who do you know here?
He was in a frat, remember?
Yes. So what happened was there was a freshman there. The freshman posted the address on Yik Yak.
Rookie mistake.
And so a bunch of other freshmen start showing up. A whole bunch of people in the apartment complex start showing up. And me and the one boyfriend, not the one I hate, the just other one that I'm chill with.
Spider-Man.
That's a story for Patreon. That's a story for Patreon. But the boyfriend that I'm cool with, me and him were just like, who do you know here? He had to go stand at the door, and we were like, who do you know here? And if you don't know one of, like, 4 people here, get the fuck out.
Chadwick.
Yeah.
No, that's hilarious. The thing. I have this one friend here at home who always tells me that we're going to hang out, and he tells me that we're going to do specifically something, and somehow I always end up staying way past what I was planning, doing something else.
Yeah.
So this is my friend. Jacob. Let's call him Jacob.
Yeah.
He calls me, hey Victor, you want to go watch Spider-Man with me and Sarah, who's like his best friend? And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, well, of course I want to go watch fucking Spider-Man, dude. And then we go watch Spider-Man. Then after the movie is done, he's like, hey, you want to go get some beers at a friend's house? And I'm like, shit. But you know, I haven't gone out in a while because, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I have an office job where most of the people in my office are like way older than me, and I'm not in college right now. So most of my friends are studying abroad. So like I don't get out a lot just because, you know, I don't feel like going to a club by myself. It's kind of it's.
Like, I feel like we talked about this in the clubbing episode.
Yeah. Like, I would love to go bar hopping with a group, but I'm not gonna be by myself like on a Friday night and be like, and I'm like, oh yeah, why not? And it always turns out like that. I'm always end up at someone's apartment that I don't fucking know, but Jacobo knows them, but I don't fucking know them, and I just gotta be like, yeah.
That happened to me when I went down to Penn State to see my friends back home last summer. which was also just a weird summer. That was a weird summer for me because it was like I kind of had my roots down in Colorado, but I still went home for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's so weird to have, like, especially for me to have. I also put my roots down in Colorado. Why? Because my root system here in Panama was like turned to shreds by the simple fact that for no apparent reason, the people I'm close with, we all decided to go study abroad, but in different places.
Yeah.
So
So I had my roots half down in Colorado, but I still went home. And that summer when you go home after your first year away at college is always weird. It's always a weird experience.
It's weird.
And you always kind of walk away from it going, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But, so I did that. And I went down to see my friends at Penn State, and they dragged me out to a Penn State party. It was like a ski club party. And it was fine. You know, it was like a normal party. And then I got dragged so I was there for they hosted a pregame at their place. It was just us. Then we went to the party, and then there was a postgame. And I am yet to go to a postgame that is actually fun.
Post
I'm
games.
yet to go to a postgame that's fun.
I don't get post games. I like to do what I call them wind downs, which is like a post game. It's a weird concept to me. And if I'm going to a wind down, it has to be at someone's house that I know. I didn't know these people. Yeah, exactly. Because like pregame, whatever the fuck, party, whatever the fuck.
We came in as a group of 4, and then it was me and my one friend at this other person's apartment, where it was this other person's apartment, and the roommate was trying to fuck my friend. It was just a weird.
That's hilarious.
Weird environment. Yeah, it was a weird environment to be in. You know what else is a weird environment?
This mid-roll.
And with 5 seconds left in the national championship game, the Colorado State Rams down 5 points against Alabama Crimson Tide. Quarterback lines up, takes a snap, throws the ball downfield. Victor from Momscast. He catches it. There's no one downfield. He's open. Touchdown, CN2! Victor, what do you credit your incredible success to in this incredible game-winning touchdown?
First of all, this was for CSU, but I credit Mom said it's my turn on the podcast. At Momscast on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Mom said it's my turn on the podcast on all podcasting platforms. Please leave 5 stars in the podcast on Spotify and comment down to YouTube. Thank you, Momscast. Thank you. Damn, I woke up again. Dude, I hate my office job. Holy
Victor went corpo.
shit.
Victor sold out. Victor went corpo.
No, it's not even like a corpo job. I'm working at a 3-people office for a logistics company.
Interesting.
And basically, I am. It's like kind of like a half internship because I'm working under. So I'm working under an engineer, but he's also like pretty new because he's starting to like implement like fleet management stuff. And like I'm learning from it, but I'm also doing other office stuff. But I have so much fucking downtime. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know. I don't know if it's my hour commute to work, or I don't know what it is. But like in my fucking food service job, where I was running around the kitchen for 6 hours at a time, I would go for a jog after work before I turn in for bed. Now, if for my fucking corpo, like 8-hour fucking corpo job, I get home at 5 and I'm toast, like shredded. I'm so tired. I don't get it.
Dude, I'm working in a cornfield. I'm weeding cornfields this summer, and then also doing like actual sciencey lab stuff. So it's like a 50-50 split of like me being out in the fields getting my farmer Brandon shtick on, and then me like doing science stuff. And like I get back, the days where I'm doing science stuff, I'm like exhausted. The days I'm out in the fields, I'm like, all right, I can keep moving. Let's keep it going.
Not even when I was in the 3 days I was in the cold, I was like cleaning toilets. And then after I'm done cleaning toilets, I would go out with a machete, cutting down weeds from the fucking jungle. And I would do that like from fucking 7 a.m. all the way and do like other shit from 9 to 9 p.m. And I wouldn't be this fucking tired like I am with my fucking corpo ass job.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
if you have a lot of downtime,
wow.
like what I would do when I had downtime in like a job is I would see how much D&D prep I could sneak in to doing, and I would just try to do D&D prep on the clock.
I've been getting sneakily better at online poker. It's so weird.
Yeah. I would try to, because I mean, are you doing D&D? Do you have a D&D game going?
I'm doing
running or playing?
Running.
Nice.
I'm running Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Nice. I have not played that one.
I'm also like working on prep for like my own little I think Critical Role keeps stealing my ideas. For the past few months, I've been working on this new like setting I want to do for like a short-ish, campaign, maybe 5-10 sessions, like short to medium campaign.
Oh, nice. Yep.
And it's supposed to be like Panama. And exploring like kind of like Call of Cthulhu, but like in Panama, but like not really Call of Cthulhu, like all about like secret societies and shit. And then these assholes over fucking Critical Role come out with something called Candela Obscura, which is all about like secret societies, Call of Cthulhu-esque. And I'm just like, they just like keep stealing my ideas, man. Like they don't even know I exist. But somehow they keep stealing my ideas. I talked to Brandon about it. Like, do you remember last time? I don't remember what I said, but they did it again. Like, I don't know how it keeps happening. Like, I must be like on the same wavelength as Matthew Mercer or something. But like, it keeps fucking happening.
Dude, I don't know. But yeah, like I would just see how much D&D prep you can sneak in onto the clock. Because I would do that at my one job. I would have a decent bit of downtime. I would just do D&D prep when I didn't have anything else to do. Because it looks like you're typing stuff. It looks like you're busy.
I could probably like get a bunch of prep in, but I have my prep down to a science. Because I have like...
Oh, so do I.
Because my players in this campaign, I know what they like at this point.
Yeah.
And so they're like not... They're pretty reactive players.
Yeah,
right.
I think a Momscast presents where it's a D&D one shot.
Yeah,
would be so fire. I think that would be so fire.
I've been telling you this idea for a while now, and you were like, "I don't want to make D&D my job."
I don't want it. Wouldn't be my job. We'd just be recording one episode as a Momscast presents. My issue is the setup with that because everybody needs a mic. That's really the only setup thing. Everybody needs a mic, and it'd just be a really pain in the ass to make sure everybody's mics get lined up / set up correctly.
I mean, is it though? Like,
it's more the interface issue because I want everybody's mic to sound good. So it's like,
yeah, but like we're gonna figure that out once we start doing big projects again.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, like I don't know. You can sneak a good bit of D&D prep in on the clock.
A fancy Momscast like dress up D&D one shot where we like dress up as funny shit would go kind of hard.
If we ever get money to like actually be able to do that, because the issue is getting you up to the United States. Like this is why we need. This is what I think. To do well.
How much is a Greyhound?
Like a bus?
Yeah, like how much is a Greyhound ticket?
I don't know. They don't go up from Panama, do they? I thought they go cross country.
No. Because I'm gonna be like flying.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be.
I'm gonna be flying up to California every once in a while. Right.
Yeah.
So, like, how much is a fucking Greyhound? I'll just pay it. Take the like, what's gonna be like 3-day trip?
Something like that.
3-day trip up to Colorado.
But yeah, like I don't know. I think a D&D one shot would be fine. I just wouldn't want to do a D&D series because I think those just kind of get
Yeah.
bleh.
Like the thing.
Everybody wants to do D&D, but like not everybody's that great at storytelling, which
Not
is my
only
thing with most of these
not
D&D
only
podcasts.
that, like they've like D&D like proper series to the pros. Like there's a reason why the like most popular D&D podcast is a group of voice actors.
Yeah, exactly.
And other people,
like
and other people that work in the arts. Like, have you noticed that most of the guests they have are like
yeah, exactly.
in the
are
arts,
also
are like,
actors. Yeah.
or even like I think they mentioned 20. All of them are like comedians, like training on improv.
Yeah, exactly.
They're actual pros that are
Their
just
actual
like
story. Yeah,
doing like more structured improv. Like you and your group of friends are not.
No, exactly. That's my
I'm
thing with
not
it. You
getting
know,
there.
like D&D for me is a very intimate thing between like me and my friends that I play the game with. You do not want my D&D game recorded to listen back to.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, so the last campaign that I played with Victor, I was running it, Victor was playing, and then Logan and Addie were also playing. And the campaign very quickly devolved. Yeah, it was a good campaign. It was a great starter campaign. Because Logan had never played D&D before. So I was like, alright, let's do some basic shit. There's some goblins. You know? And that very quickly devolved into, I made a weed joke one time. I forget what the joke even was. I think I was like, you find like a paper baggie with some like weed in it. And then Logan and Victor pick up the joke. And they start running with it. They're like, what kind of strain is it? And are there seeds? And I go, oh, yeah, sure, there's some seeds. And then they bump into a wizard a couple weeks later. And they go, do you have any Zaza? And that was just any time they met anybody, it was, do you have Zaza? So I was like, not only that,
we would trade the Zaza for other strains, and we were like gearing up to open up a dispo. And
yeah, and like I was like, you don't want to listen to my D&D game. Is what I'm trying to get to.
Addie decided to adopt a goblin. We called him McKaylin. We were gonna send him to college.
Yeah, and so like again,
it was pretty funny for us.
Addie would also keep a list. I would make comments offhand about something that would indirectly confirm that something existed in the world.
Yeah, we have.
So there was just a running list of things that were canon to my D&D world, including the city of Detroit.
Was it
the city of Detroit? There was a football league.
Yeah, there were the Seattle Ocean Eagles.
Something like that.
The New York airships.
But yeah, like it was like a whole bunch of dumb shit like that. Like I would make one offhanded comment and it would confirm like something completely tangential existed in the setting that makes no sense.
We would just run with it, and it was Brandon's personal hell.
So that was like, again, you don't want my D&D game. You don't, because also like we don't stay
on track
in character or like in game 100% of the time. I feel like most of the game, like somebody says something and then one of us makes like an out of character comment, and it's just like on a D&D show that would get really, really frustrating really quickly, I feel like.
Yeah, because like part of what makes like shit like Dimension 20 and Critical Role so good compared to like all the other D&D shows is that these are like actors who can actually stay in character and who actually live up the character.
Yep.
And then you have like the DMs who like have been playing D&D for ages.
For like 20 years, yeah.
And they have these
not
like,
just playing, running D&D regularly.
Like I think and they have these settings that they've just been working on for years and years and years and years.
Oh yeah,
and like
it's like so my thing with this has always been my stance with this, and it's a very me take, and I don't know if it's a very me take, but like this is the way I've diluted the take is over the years. Critical Role and Dimension 20 are to D&D what porn is to sex.
Yeah.
Just sets. I disagree. It just sets such an unrealistic expectation of what the thing is. So it's like, yes, if you look at it at a very broad, very like blurry perspective, yes, like it's the same thing. Like Critical Role is playing D&D and porn is sex, but like it's like such a heavy asterisk.
I'll say it differently, but like in the same like format. Like Critical Role is to D&D what the World Cup is to going to play soccer at a random field in a park with your buddies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just like again, like the stuff that they do on these shows. Also, because you have to realize that it is not a D&D game. It is a heavily produced show. You know?
Like there's like it's like you see like Matt Mercer and Brandon Lee Mulligan bringing out these like battle maps that are like in the case of Brandon Lee Mulligan, like professionally made by like Rick Perry.
Yeah, because there's a
like,
team. They
like
have a team working on these
sculptor,
things now.
And then like Matt brings out like this terrain with all the fancy tiles and stuff that he made, but he just gets sponsored by fucking Dwarven Forge or whatever, and he has like every single D&D peripheral he would ever want. And then he has these like professional like FX teams that just like sets up his macros so he can change the lights, change the music, put up the fog machine.
Exactly. Like then, it's a show. You have to realize that it's a show. It's not a D&D game.
Is it scripted? Probably not, because they're all fucking...
Some of it... No. Okay, I watched a video on how he does prep stuff, because as much as Critical Role is not my thing, I respect that Matt Mercer is very good at what he does.
Yeah.
He's very good at what he does. And so I was watching how he preps, just because, like, I mean, I don't care how good you think you are. It's something you should always be trying to, like, learn how to get better at your skills and your craft by watching other people do it. And he pre-scripts parts of the NPC dialogue. He does script out NPC dialogue.
But I do that too, because that's just...
Oh, I don't do that.
That's prep. Because, like, there's tidbits of information that I want to give to my players that I'm going to, like, give them to, especially with my players, which they don't ask a lot of questions, so that leads me to have to info dump to lead them on the right track.
Yeah, my thing with Critical Role is they will never say whether or not it's scripted or not, because that will ruin any illusion that it is a game still.
Aside from a part of Matt's like info stuff, like the stuff he dumps on the characters, like quest and stuff, which is just prep. It's not scripted. It's prep.
Yeah.
I think it's not scripted just for the fact that he's leaving it to fuck his players.
Yeah,
you know who are trained
when
in
I say
improv.
Scripted. Yeah, when I say scripted, I think like he gives them like a list of like what I think it would look like in practice is giving them like a list of points to hit during the session. And that's like all that would be there, you know.
I think there's an aspect to that, because have you heard about the 20-page lore document?
Yeah,
it's not a Dimension 20 thing. It's that like Brandon Lee Mulligan like gave to their players when they were character creating, like a 20-page lore document for them to like make good characters, because that's why.
Yeah,
that's why all the characters in like Critical Role or Dimension 20
are like fit into their settings.
Are like so connected, because like they are fucking pros. I think.
Yeah,
I think this might be an unpopular opinion, but like the way we play D&D nowadays is so influenced by those two people that I would say that today's like they would look up to like Gygax when they were growing up, right?
Yeah.
Now we look up to them.
Exactly.
Like they're the
I don't even think they would. Yeah,
they're the Gygaxes of our DM generation.
So the way I think about it is, I didn't start D&D watching like Critical Role and stuff. So the person I looked up to when I started running D&D was my friend Sebastian, who was my DM when we started playing D&D. Because I saw the shit he was doing. I went, this is incredible. I want to do this. I don't know who he was watching, because we didn't like watch any D&D stuff. He just like figured it out. But it's like nowadays I take most of my like cues and my like philosophy on D&D from like Matt Colville, who has like a
Colville's pretty good too.
Very like 80s 90s approach to D&D, and I just like I don't
like that style.
I prefer that style where it's like D&D, because he made a point in one of his videos, I forget which one it is, I'm sure if you look it up you could probably find it. He's like, D&D is a game with a lot of oral tradition, and you have to kind of make sure that oral tradition gets passed down, and I don't really see that happening much with like Critical Role and like Dimension 20 and that kind of stuff. Like D&D is a game with oral, like it is an oral tradition game. Like that is a game that like,
definitely.
I don't know. Every DM learned from like some friend's older brother, or like some friend.
Except sometimes,
friend,
like in my case, I was the guy that wanted to get into D&D.
Yeah.
So then I learned it's from. Wait, I'm getting a call. Be right back. Yeah, I wanted to play D&D, and so I didn't have anyone around me that already played D&D. So in those cases, like you gotta learn like from scratch, from your own, and just looking at the books, that's really fucking hard.
Oh, absolutely.
That's really fucking hard. And so, like, you go, okay, I want to learn the rules. But once you're learning the rules, you're not playing yet. And you go and see, like, I want to see how actual play looks.
Yeah.
And
it's hard to get that idea of what an actual game looks like
that's
until
how
you
end
play
up
or
in,
watch
like,
one.
That's how you end up in, like, Critical Role. And then, you take...
And you get so overwhelmed by it, too.
Yeah, you get so overwhelmed until you watch until you just realize it by like yourself that you don't have to be Matt Mercer or Bentley Mulligan.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people. It takes a lot. If you start like that, it takes a while for it.
It does.
But yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm very much in the Matt Colville school of thought with this stuff.
Where
it's just like D&D does not need to be this overproduced thing. D&D should just be go have a good time with your buddies. Because also like I could get into a whole thing on this if we ever start like a Patreon thing where we can just do Momscast like minis. I could talk like a whole shit ton about this because it is a thing that I have such big disagreements with my friends back home on what D&D is, because they get mad when they give their players these like long lore handouts and their players don't read them. I'm like, dude, no one cares. Like, no offense, no one cares about your lore.
I don't give lore handouts, but I do like to give setting handouts.
I give a 1-page setting handout and a 1-page campaign info handout, and that's it. Anything more than a page, no one's gonna read.
I give like 2 pages that are, this is a must. This is you have to.
That's what I do.
And then I just send a barrage of like supplemental info, especially if I'm doing like something established, like Dragon Heist. I just send a barrage of like, here, this is a bunch of resources you can use if you just want to get deeper on it. Like, you don't have to do it now. You can do it while we're playing, like while the game is running. You can do whatever you want, but I'm gonna give you all the resources you need, and you're ever gonna need to succeed. But I need you to read these 2 pages and answer like these character questions. That's it.
Do you have? I mean, it's getting pretty close to wrap up the episode time. Do you have your dice on you, my guy?
I should have.
Okay. I'm gonna say, because it's our first episode back, we're feeling a little rusty. How about you roll to end the episode with disadvantage?
Okay, let's go. 2 1s.
Fuck!